video, I'll be sharing with all of you about the negative effects of horror films. So first of all, what is horror films? Horror film is a film that is designed to frighten and panic everyone who watch it. Horror has existed as a film genre for more than a century, and it may also overlap with fantasy, supernatural fiction, and also thriller genres. The common elements in horror films include ghosts, vampires, werewolves, psychopath, demons, satanism, evil witches, vicious animals, and many more. Now, let me tell you the history of horror films. The first portraiture of supernatural on screen appear in several of the short silent films created by a French pioneer filmmaker named Georges Méliès in the late 1890s, and the most popular one on that time was Le Manoir du Diable, filmed on 1896. While in Asia, Japan was the earliest country who made forays into the horror genre. They started to release some horror movies in the year of 1898 under a Japanese film company named Konishi Honten. Meanwhile, in Malaysia, the history of horror films has already begun in 1950s. Some of the films were not totally horror because they were infused by the elements of comedy. Our first horror film was Pontianak, directed by B.N. Rao in 1957. This film co-starred by prima donna Datuk Maria Menado and A. Amin. It was incredibly received by the outsiders and was also listed under the Asia Pacific Film Festival Tokyo in the same year. After that, we have Sumpah Orang Minyak, directed by Tan Sri P. Ramlee in 1958. And this movie, surprisingly, has won the Best Black and White Cinematography category on 5th Asia Pacific Film Festival in Manila. There are more horror movies produced in 2000, such as Mystic, directed by Prof. Datuk A. Razak Muhyiddin. Not forgetting our most popular horror film, The Pontianak Harum Sundal Malam, directed by Datuk Paduka Syuhaimi Babar, with the list of great actors like Maya Karim, Datuk Roshamno, Datuk Izlan Yusof, Ida Nerina, and many more. After that, we have movies like Jangan Pandang Belakang, Khurafat, Dukun, Bila Nabila, and many more. Horror movies might be fun to be watched by many people during these days, but we couldn't escape the fact that some of us might also hate this genre a lot. Why? Because they are horrifying and kind of disturbing. Horror movies, since their early days in 1930s, have a history of people fainting, reliving traumatic experiences, having seizures, and even dying from heart attacks from watching them. A few studies have even conclusively established the link between rising incidences, heart attacks, and horror films. This is why we need to look closer at some of the negative effects of horror films. The first negative effect of horror film. Watching horror film can cause you to experience several psychological cues, and since the effects of the movie can be varied depending on the individual, this can cause a person to either be terrified or remain unaffected. One of the reasons why horror movies like Drag Me to Hell caused massive outrage and reaction was because the audience found the movie thoroughly terrifying. While being terrified, your body jumpstarts its natural defense mechanism, and as a result, causes an overproduction of adrenaline. Adrenaline has been known to trigger heart attacks, and there have several cases of cardiac issues reported regarding horror films. The second one is it can cause sleeping disturbances. Many adults and children have trouble sleeping immediately after watching a horror movie. Shadows seem intimidating, noises are magnified, and dreams are often unsettling. In some cases, however, sleep disturbances persist for weeks, months, or even years, especially for kids. Watching a terrifying movie is bound to cause you to experience sleeping problems. You may find it hard to even close your eyes for a few minutes, but it depends on the individual itself. Last one, horror movies and pregnancy don't go together. In Chinese superstition, it is believed that if you look at pictures of cute babies, you'll have a cute child. So it's not surprising that you're one to stay away from watching horror films or looking at gore image. Obviously, pregnancy is the time when hormones could make you particularly sensitive to emotions and changes in mood. So perhaps your body could react more intensely to shock or fear, which is not good if you have a more sensitive system. So, these are some of the associated effects that come with watching horror movies. And if you are planning to watch a few, then you need to make sure that you're not risking your health by doing so. Thank you.